You didn't go cold by accident. Every time you answer instantly, every time you say yes too fast, you taught people they could own your time. And now, they do. Your phone lights up, again. The same name, the same demand, the same assumption that you are reachable. You feel it in your jaw, the tiny clamp, the reflex to answer fast, to prove you are good, loyal, safe. That reflex is why you get treated like infrastructure, not like a person. Because access without friction turns you into a service. And people do not respect services. They consume them. Here's the ugly part. The more available you are, the less present you feel. Not because they are evil, because you trained them. We turn philosophy into self-mastery. So you can sit on the throne of your own mind. Selective inaccessibility is not ghosting, not coldness, not a game. It is the deliberate control of access, time, attention, and emotional entry points. You decide when you are reachable, and for what, and at what price. A door is not disrespectful. A door is a boundary with hinges. It opens for the right conditions. It stays shut for the wrong ones. If you want leverage, you stop living like an open tab. You become an appointment, a rule, a scarce resource. Now listen closely. This is not about punishing anyone. This is about ending the silent contract where people rent your nervous system by the hour. 1. The entitlement loop, how it forms. An entitlement loop is a pattern where your fast responses become someone else's expectation. You answer instantly. You drop tasks mid-flow. You accept the unplanned call. You explain yourself. You soften the no. Boredom, anxiety, loneliness, a boss under pressure, a partner testing power, a friend who wants a quick hit of attention. The brain rewards what works. They ping you, you appear. Their world stays comfortable, so they repeat the ping. You lose time. You lose focus. You lose the quiet dignity that makes people measure their approach.
Ask yourself something uncomfortable. When someone reaches for you, do they approach you like a person or like a button? Because there are only 3 archetypes in access. The doormat, always available, never respected. The ice wall, unreachable but disconnected. The sovereign, reachable by design. If people press you without preparing, it's because you trained them to absorb the impact. That's not kindness. That's training. Now, here's how the loop actually breaks. You interrupt the loop with friction, not drama, friction. You read a message, you start typing, you stop, you delete, you rewrite it to sound nicer, then you send it too fast. That micro-behavior is your body bargaining for approval. Cut the bargain. You do not need to announce the change. You need to embody it. Here is the contrarian angle. Closeness is not built by unlimited access. Closeness is built by reliable access. Reliable means structured. And structure requires that you are sometimes unavailable. 2. Why being reachable kills your value. Value is the distance between demand and supply. Think of the last time someone canceled on you at the last minute. No apology, no reschedule, just silence. Ask yourself why they felt safe doing that. Not because they're rude, because nothing bad ever happens when they disrespect your time. Infinite supply doesn't create gratitude. It creates carelessness. And once people become careless with you, they don't wake up respectful. You show up at any hour. You fix what you did not break. You answer the same question twice. You accept last-minute plans. You keep the conversation alive when it should end. The fear of being replaced, the fear of being called difficult, the fear of silence. You confuse visibility with importance, so you stay visible. They stop preparing. They stop respecting your schedule. They stop negotiating like you matter. You replace constant availability with deliberate windows. Windows are not excuses. Windows are a policy. Trade-off truth. When you become out of reach, you will feel a new discomfort. Some people will call it distance. Some will call it attitude. Some will call it changing. They are not describing you. They are describing their lost control. You will lose certain forms of warmth. You will lose spontaneous bonding. You will gain something sharper, respect that does not depend on your exhaustion. 3. The access economy. What you are selling without noticing. The access economy is the invisible marketplace where people trade attention for status, comfort, validation, and power. Strip the language away. Here's the real question. Who gets to interrupt your life without asking permission? If the answer is almost everyone, you're not in an economy. You're in a giveaway. The little spike in your stomach when you see a notification, the fear that your absence will be misread. They learn your availability is the currency, so they spend it. You become a public utility. Your life becomes reactive. Your dignity becomes negotiable. You change the terms. You stop selling access for cheap. Do you see the difference? You do not need to be rude. You need to be expensive. Expensive does not mean arrogant. Expensive means intentional. Another behavior X-ray. You keep your phone face up during a conversation. You glance at it the moment it buzzes. You nod while your attention leaves the room. You cannot build power while your eyes obey every vibration. 4. Machiavelli's access ledger. The 6 moves of selective inaccessibility. Purpose: to turn your availability from a habit into a controlled asset. This is a powerful dynamic map, not a mood. Use it when you notice people approaching you with urgency, entitlement, or casual disrespect. Fail condition. You use it as revenge. You disappear to provoke. You punish with silence. You act unavailable while watching for their reaction. If you do that, you become needy in disguise. Pay attention now. Most people fail here. Not because the moves are complicated, but because they try to feel good while doing them. This system will cost you approval before it gives you power. If you're here to feel calm, this will frustrate you. If you're here to stop being used, stay. If you only remember one thing from this video, it's what comes next. Move 1. Identify your access leaks. An access leak is any channel where people can reach you without cost. Open-ended texting, instant call pickups, constant presence, always saying yes to quick favors. Guilt, boredom, the urge to be liked. Leakage removes negotiation. You teach people they never have to plan. List your leaks, then seal 2 this week. Move 2. Install response delay. Response delay is a deliberate pause that breaks the expectation of instant access. You reply in the same minute, even when you're busy. Anxiety, the fear of escalation. Speed signals submission. You become a reflex, not a choice. Create a minimum delay for non-emergencies and hold it even when it itches. Move 3. Create access criteria. Access criteria are the conditions required for your time. You accept vague requests. You let people dump problems. You take calls without an agenda. Someone sounds stressed. Someone says it will be quick. Vagueness hides disrespect. Your time gets eaten by other people's lack of preparation. Require clarity before access. What is it? When is it? What do you need from me? You will feel tempted to defend yourself. You will want to explain, to soften the delay, to sprinkle apologies, to show you are still good. That is the addiction. Performing goodness so nobody can accuse you. But innocence is not power.
Innocence is how people keep you in the role of the compliant one. Nietzsche saw this pattern in a different language. The moment you deny your own will, you do not become pure. You become split. One part of you smiles. The other part keeps score.
That hidden scorecard becomes resentment, quiet, poisonous, and patient. You start doing favors with a tight chest. Then you hate the person for accepting them. That is not their crime. That is your failure to price your access. Jung would call it a shadow, not a diagnosis. A shadow as the rejected part of your own nature. The part that wants to say no, the part that wants to be selfish, the part that wants to be sovereign. When you exile that part, it does not disappear. It leaks out as sarcasm, as coldness, as passive delay, as sudden explosions that confuse everyone. Selective inaccessibility prevents the explosion. It drains the pressure early, with policy. Here is a one-sentence rule. If someone can interrupt your life without consequence, they will. Not always consciously, not always maliciously, but inevitably. Because comfort is a force, and you were built to protect your comfort. Now, a micro case turn. Thursday, 6:41 p.m. The office is emptying, fluorescent lights buzzing, your bag already on your shoulder. Your manager sends a message. Need you to redo the deck tonight. Client moved the call to this morning. Your thumb hovers over the reply. You can already feel the old reflex, the fake smile in your tone. Sure, no problem. Then you imagine the night. Cold coffee, laptop heat on your thighs, your partner waiting, your sleep stolen again. This is where selective inaccessibility stops being theory. This is where you choose your price. Move 1, access leaks. That manager has a leak. You. They can move deadlines by moving your body, so you seal the leak. Not with anger, with criteria. You reply tomorrow morning, or you reply now with a rule. And your rule is simple. I can support changes with notice. I do not rebuild plans after hours, unless we agreed on that in advance. You feel the discomfort immediately. Your stomach tightens. You want to add a paragraph. You want to justify your life. Do not. Aurelius would call this moment a test of command. Not command over them, command over your own impulse to submit. Because the world will always offer you a bargain. Give me your time, and I will give you approval. But approval is not a stable currency. It collapses the moment you stop paying. So you stop paying. What are you afraid will happen if you are unavailable for one evening? They will be angry. They will gossip. They will find someone else. Good. If your position depends on being endlessly reachable, you do not have a position. You have a leash. Selective inaccessibility cuts the leash, but it also reveals something painful. It reveals who valued you and who valued your compliance. That is why most people avoid it. They would rather stay busy than see the truth. Now return to the ledger. Move 2. Response delay. In the workplace, delay is not laziness. It is control. You choose a delay that signals you are a professional, not a firefighter. You are reachable, but not immediate. Move 3. Access criteria. Criteria makes people prepare. It forces them to respect your time because they can no longer waste it. If they want your mind, they bring a clear request. If they want your energy, they bring a real reason. If they want your presence, they bring planning. And if they cannot do that, they do not get you. That is the beginning of leverage. Do not chase their reaction. Watch their behavior. Access is the mirror. It shows what they came for once you are priced. 5. Move 4. Replace open access with appointment windows.
Appointment windows are fixed times when you are fully reachable. You let people access you at random, so your day fractures, your focus never lands. The fear that saying "not now" will sound arrogant. Random access keeps you in a reactive posture. You do not lead your time, you obey it. Your work becomes shallow, your relationships become noisy, your mind never rests. Choose windows.
2 per day if needed, then close the rest. You do not need to be hidden. You need to be scheduled. This is the difference between a celebrity and a friend. A friend gives access, but not to chaos. Can someone book you, or can they only ambush you? 6. Move 5. Reward respect with access, not pleading with attention. Reward is the link between behavior and outcome. You give access to whoever is loud, whoever is urgent, whoever pressures you. Conflict avoidance, the desire to smooth the moment. You train people to escalate. Your life is filled with emergencies that are not yours. You reverse the reward system. Calm, clear, prepared people get you sooner. Chaotic, vague, disrespectful people get a delay or a no. This is not cruelty. This is conditioning. Grown-up conditioning. If you reward bad approaches, you get more bad approaches. 7. Move 6. Enforce consequence without drama. Consequence is what happens after someone violates your access criteria. You warn, you plead, you explain, you forgive fast. Then you feel foolish. The fear of being seen as harsh. You confuse consequence with rage, so you avoid it. Your rules become decorative. Consequence is quiet. You do not yell. You withdraw the resource. Less access, shorter replies, fewer favors. The conversation ended early. Do you want to be liked, or do you want to be taken seriously? There is another layer. Inaccessibility is a status signal, whether you like it or not. Machiavelli's insight was never romance. It was math. People follow what feels costly, what feels deliberate, what feels chosen. When you are always reachable, you look unchosen. You look like you have no agenda, and people will assign you an agenda to serve theirs. A status signal is any behavior that tells others how to treat you. You answer during meetings. You pick up while driving. You reply while eating. You let the green dot tell the world you are on call. The fear of missing out. The fear of being forgotten. The fear that silence equals rejection. The more you display availability, the more you invite demand. You lose mystery. You lose authority. You lose the psychological distance that makes people self-manage before they approach you. Hide your availability. Turn off the green dot. Turn off the typing indicator if you can. Let the world wonder for a moment. Not to play games, to restore the natural order. They should not have constant access to your nervous system. Micro-observation 1. People will send a message that says, "You there?" when they see you posted a story. They are not asking. They are checking ownership. Micro-observation 2. In group chats, the loudest person will drop a problem at 11:58 p.m., then tag you, because they know you have a habit of rescuing. Micro-observation 3. You will notice the tone shift the first time you delay. They will add urgency words. Now, quick, ASAP, like a spell. Do not be hypnotized by their vocabulary. You are not their employee, unless you are being paid for the emergency. Now, consequence. Most people ruin the consequence by making it emotional. They say, "You always do this. You never respect me. You hurt me." That invites debate. Debate turns your policy into a discussion. Do not discuss. Implement. Implementation is when your behavior makes the rule real. You announce a boundary,
then you keep responding anyway. Discomfort, their disappointment, your craving to repair. You relieve the tension by giving in, so your brain rewards surrender. You teach them your no is a performance. Hold the line once, then watch the ecosystem adapt. This is where the ledger becomes visible. Move 4. Appointment windows. You can say it plainly. I check messages at noon and at 7. If it is urgent, call twice. That is not rude. That is logistics. Move 5. Reward respect. When someone asks with clarity, you answer quickly, even enthusiastically. You teach them the path to you. Move 6. Enforce consequence. If someone ignores your window, you do not punish them with anger. You punish with scarcity. Shorter reply. Later reply, or no reply at all. If they escalate, you end the channel. That is the only language some incentives understand. Do you want to be accessible, or do you want to be respected? You cannot optimize for both at the same time. Here is how you avoid becoming cold. You keep your tone warm, but your access firm. Warm tone, firm access. Aurelius again. Discipline is not a mood, it is continuity. The same rule on good days and bad days. Because inconsistency invites testing, and testing is exhausting. Expect pushback. The first time you close the door, people will knock harder. Pushback is the escalation phase of a broken entitlement loop. They double text, they call twice, they add guilt. They say, you changed, your new delay. They test for the old lever, urgency. If you cave once, you reset the loop. Repeat the policy once, then disengage. No arguing, no courtroom. A simple line. I saw this. I will respond in my window. Then you return to your life and let their nervous system learn your tempo. If they respect it, reward them later with full attention. Now, return to Thursday. The office lights hum. Your manager's message sits there demanding your night. Old you would answer in under a minute. You would sacrifice sleep, then call it professionalism. New you use the ledger. You check your access criteria. After-hours rebuilds require prior agreement or a clear emergency. This is not an emergency. This is poor planning. So you respond with a window and a condition. You send one line. I can review the deck tomorrow at 9. Send the final version by 8:30. Then you put the phone down, face down, like a weapon you refuse to pick up. You feel the heat in your chest. You want to check if they read it. You want to chase. Do not.
This is the moment you learn what you truly worship. Your dignity, or their approval. They reply with pressure. We really need it tonight. Your breath gets shallow. You almost cave. Then you remember the mechanism. Pressure is a test. They want to see if your policy is real. So you repeat the policy, without anger, without extra words. I can review it at 9. If that does not work, we will reschedule the call. Silence. Then a new message. Okay, I will handle it. The world does not end. The sky does not fall. And something subtle shifts. They cannot move your life as easily anymore. That is leverage. Now, you need language, not speeches. Scripts. 3 tactical scripts, exact phrases you can use. Script 1. For friends who treat you like a 24-hour hotline. I'm offline after 10. If it matters, text me and I'll answer tomorrow. Script 2. For dating, when someone uses last-minute plans to test control. I don't do last minute. Pick a day and I'll show up fully. Script 3. For work, when urgency is used to steal your evening. I can take this tomorrow during my window. Send the details and the deadline. Do this, not that. 3 contrasts.
1. Do create predictable windows, not random availability. 2. Do ask for clarity before you engage, not accept vague dumping. 3. Do enforce consequences with less access, not with emotional lectures. You reread your own message 3 times, looking for signs you sound cold. Then you add emojis you do not mean. Remove the performance. Power is clean. Now test yourself. Self-test. 5 questions. 1. Do you feel guilty when you do not reply immediately? 2. Do you say yes to avoid being misunderstood? 3. Do people contact you with vague urgency, then vanish when you ask for details? 4. Do you reward disrespect with extra explanation? 5. Do you fear that distance will make you disposable? If you said yes to 3 or more, your access is leaking. Rapid audit checklist, 7 items. 1.
My phone is face down during deep work. 2. I have 2 daily response windows, and I keep them. 3. I do not answer vague requests. I request clarity. 4. I do not negotiate after I state a policy once. 5. I reward calm approach with faster access. 6. I end conversations that turn disrespectful quickly. 7. I track who respects my windows and who tests them. Now the protocol. 7-day selective inaccessibility protocol. Measurable and uncomfortable. Day 1. Identify 2 access leaks. Seal 1. Disable read receipts. Stop instant pickups. Day 2. Set 2 daily windows. Announce nothing. Live it. Respond only inside those windows. Day 3. Apply criteria. Ask 1 clarifying question before giving time. What do you need? What is the deadline? Day 4. Enforce 1 consequence. End 1 call early. Reduce 1 favor. Exit 1 chat that turns entitled. Day 5. Reward respect. Respond fast to 1 prepared person. Delay 1 chaotic person. Note the difference. Day 6. Rehearse your scripts out loud. Then use 1 script in real life. No extra apology. Day 7. Review the ledger. Who adapted? Who escalated? Who disappeared? Adjust your windows. Collapse this into 1 truth. People don't respect boundaries. They respect patterns. And patterns only change when the cost changes. If being unavailable reveals who leaves, let them leave. You were never losing connection. You were shedding dependency. Because when you are reachable to everyone, you belong to nobody, including yourself. Before you go, answer this honestly. Who reacted the strongest the first time you became unavailable? Was it the person who respected you, or the person who benefited from your exhaustion? Comment what changed when you delayed, even once. Not to confess, to confront the pattern. Because silence keeps you stuck. Articulation breaks loops. In the next video, we will go deeper. How to stop training people to use you. The brutal mechanics of the access ledger.